sustainability efforts at Expeditors really aren't something that we view as apart from who we are or apart from our culture. In fact, it's just the opposite. We think the root of our sustainability efforts is our culture. And we think that having a sustainability program really just gives life to a lot of passion that our employees already have. And that passion is what empowers us not only to do the things that are important from a sustainability standpoint, but also just to feel motivated at work and passionate in taking care of our customers. So I think the call to action these days for many organizations is around a lot of buzzwords, sustainability or ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance. And you hear about these things and you hear and see white papers being published and lots of pundits talking about these things. But for us at Expeditors, the call to action is, hey, let's focus on things that we know we can do that actually make a difference within our communities to protect the environment, to take care of our people, to volunteer from a corporate social responsibility standpoint, and just from a governance standpoint to make sure that we're a well-run organization that adheres to our code of business conduct.
So Expeditors has been in the logistics industry for over 30 years. So we've been doing this for a long time. As far as measuring their carbon footprint and their impact, that's more recent, and honestly the science behind it is continuing to evolve as we get better at it. And that's not just us, that's all across the industry as we figure out exactly what is the most efficient and what different alternative types of energy can we use and still get goods where they need to go. But we are well positioned to make these decisions and to help our customers be more green and be more efficient because we already have these partnerships. We are located around the globe. We have our fingers in all of these modes of transportation. So as customers are looking to innovate and reduce their carbon footprint, we are ready to help them do that.
Building a strong company and having a strong community, they're not at odds. They're not different. I don't think that you can have a strong company and a brand and have a community that suffers. So the more that you give back and you more support them, they support each other. If we've tried to compile a list of all the things that we do in all our offices to serve those communities, it would be a long list. And that's, though, when you look at those things and you travel, that's what makes you so proud of working here at Expeditors, because you realize that it's an office in Asia or Europe addressing things that are issues and problems in their communities. And what social responsibility is in a particular office is very different than another office. And that's what I love the most. When you add those all up, we have a pretty unique and different social responsibility than most companies.
Health, safety, and security ties into sustainability really through one avenue, and that has everything to do with people. And not just the employees of our organization, but our service providers and our customer employees as well. You cannot be a responsible, reputable organization without having that strong commitment to people. Having had to live through an event at a district that had to do with a natural disaster, and seeing how organized and efficient Expeditors was in responding to that, reaching out to its employees, making sure they were safe, making sure that they had the supplies that they needed, ultimately watching a network as a whole donate and ship supplies in order to take care of the affected individuals. There was no greater feeling in the world. Not only did it give me pride to work for the company, but it gave me a sense of almost dedication. It's something I want to be a part of. I couldn't imagine ever working anywhere else after that. So it's very important for us that not only do we have standards and not only do we outline requirements and expectations, but we need to measure ourselves against those. And we're constantly doing that. We're constantly testing ourselves, whether it be through periodic inspections, whether it be through organized internal audits, or whether it be through your subsequent visits by national governmental agencies. All of these things constantly keep us in a state of preparation to make sure that we are executing our promise. And ultimately, our promise is to make sure that our people are taken care of.
Governance is related to ESG in the broader sense of sustainability. If you think about sustainability and what that means, making sure that we're here for the long term, that we're building value over the long term, both for ourselves, but our stakeholders, our customers, our employees. And so having good governance principles and good governance standards helps make sure that those are repeatable, that they're consistently applied. It also, governance is a living thing. It's a living set of systems and processes. So if there are improvements to be made, we make them. Governance is a set of systems and processes that helps us and guides us in making our decisions. And it's critical that we get this right, because it's the way that we make sure that we comply with our code and the values that are in our code. And it's important for our employees to make sure that, one, they're complying with the code, and also for their benefit. And it's important for other stakeholders, such as customers and the community at large, because a lot of what our code addresses are things for their benefit as well. I think we do a fantastic job in terms of designing that governance, trying to take into account both the importance of consistency and standardization and compliance, while also allowing our people and empowering our people to do their daily jobs. And I think we do that exceedingly well.
So I'd say in this day and age, there are companies and then there are institutions that understand that they're a part of a broader social fabric. And Expeditors is the latter. And our goal in this area really is to make sure that as we grow and continue to grow as an organization, it is not solely for the purpose of moving cargo, which is our fundamental business value that we deliver, but that we are an organization with which our customers and our service providers and our employees can align and feel proud about that alignment, and feel proud that working with Expeditors aligns with their values as an organization. And I think that translates to the investment community as well. All of us invest in funds for purposes of retirement. And increasingly, one of the demographics is that people don't want their money for investment purposes going to organizations that don't reflect their values. So we want to make sure that our values as a company reflect those of an organization that cares about the fabric of the community in which we work. So I think from Expeditors, our customers can expect that we will continue to focus on our sustainability efforts in a way that makes sense for our culture. And the reason I say that is there are organizations out there in a number of industries that are doing things from a sustainability standpoint based upon advice they got from an outside consultant. That's not really our approach. We may not be the flashiest in this area, and that's because we're really focused internally on things that we can do, from protecting the environment, security, health and safety, corporate social responsibility, and governance, things that we can do practically that are going to make a difference. We don't feel that there's great value in lofty goals that don't align with somebody's culture or that are just there to make a flashy headline. We're going to just keep grinding along on this to find creative solutions that make business sense and can also do things to protect our environment and our communities. That's what our customers can expect from us, and that's what we're committed to doing so that we can continue to be a great institution.